So a wee bit of a disaster, guys. May have been my fault. I need to check. I maybe didn't unseat the poles properly, but one of the carbon poles is shattered and gone through the pole sleeve of the vestibule. Great start to 2024. So I don't know how easily you can see this, but what I've done is the pole, the arch pole, the carbon one, shattered. Not at a joint either, just exploded halfway through one of the sections. So I've kind of rigged up my walking pole instead. And actually, to be fair, it's actually pretty strong. So we'll go with this tonight. That'll give me plenty of cover for cooking. A bit cheesed off though, because I've torn through the outer sleeve on the fly sheet and the pole is shattered, so it'll need another section at least and a repair to this, possibly. Or I might just start doing this for the future, just use walking poles. Okay, so I've got water ready for cooking. That means we'll get enough to do us tonight, I think, without having to get out and get more. And my wee home is set up, despite the fact we've broken a pole. We now have one. Luckily I brought at least one walking pole. I only brought one. Two would have made a nice A-frame, which I'll experiment with when I get back. But anyway, this is going nowhere, it's solid. And it'll provide me plenty of room for cooking under cover, although I wasn't sure, I wasn't maybe going to use it tonight. I was going to use just a basic tent. But every time I bring the vestibule I always think, why not? Just makes life a wee bit more comfortable. So, Happy New Year everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to see you again. It's now 2024 and this is the first wild camp. Really pleased to be out. Got a couple of new bits and pieces of gear to try for 24. These include, oh yeah, my daughter gave me a wee remote mic system, so let me know what you think of the audio at the moment. I'll use it on off, but hopefully you can hear me quite clearly at the moment. And I've got the light tour mat tonight. I've got a RAB 700. And what else have I got? Oh yeah, I've got a Nightcore headlamp that was sent to me, or a Nightcore torch I should say, which is up to 1000 lumens. I've been using it right over New Year for a lot of the walks. We were away up north and it came in really handy because at 1000 lumens it's amazing. It heats up very quickly and it's very small. You just got to be careful you don't lie it down on a surface. But it's got 3 settings anyway. I'm in the North Face Assault, TNF Assault Futurelight, and it just failed on me. A carbon pole just broke. It's the one for the vestibule hoop, and I thought it was maybe my fault because I hadn't put the joints together properly. But when I look, it's shattered at a kind of random place, nowhere near the joint. So I've now rigged up a walking pole, the only one I brought with me, and that's given me enough space to cook in here. And actually, I may actually do this in the future. I may just dump the carbon pole idea and just use my walking poles to prop up the vestibule. If you look at, who is it? There's a Japanese designer who makes the Jedi Dome. The name will come back to me, I can't remember. Anyway, they use walking poles for their vestibule with a DCF vestibule, and I thought it was really smart. It's cutting down in the space a wee bit left and right, but yeah, it's still very good. I've still got tons of room to cook. So we'll go with that tonight and we'll see how we go on. In the Trossachs National Park. I'm actually above Loch Catrin, so hopefully some of the views you saw earlier on there were quite nice. There may be an inversion tonight, so when I get up in the morning we'll have a look and see how it looks tomorrow, and hopefully just get the wee Hover X1 Air drone up as well for some shots. So for the moment I'm going to get some soup on and get warmed up. It's way below zero already. I think it might get down to about -6ish tonight. So another cold one. Just a wee bit like Ben Vraki with Ray Smith of RS Outdoors the last time. I'll bring you back once we get started and just get my wee home sorted out and get the sleeping bag out.
Glass over. And where somebody's just gone the extra mile and you just think, yes.
Right, a wee minestrone soup to start. It's about 6:30. As usual, I've started very, very late in the day, so didn't get an awful lot of daylight to do much. So this is tonight's dinner, Japanese teriyaki sauce with some chicken and some special fried rice. Looking forward to this one. And this is a wee hangover from New Year. Probably would give you a hangover. Some of the young folk at the house were drinking this, so I'm just going to give it a go since we brought it back. Probably not my ideal tipple, but we'll give it a wee shot. I also forgot my spoon, so I managed to grab a couple of wooden ones out of the co-op. So, I've had my dinner, had a wee lie down and listened to some radio, and I had to get myself inside my sleeping bag. My feet were freezing. As soon as I took my boots off, my feet just chilled down. I've got insulated trousers on tonight, but I could do with some down trousers. Anyway, I do have a fire log with me, which I think I'll probably get on in a minute. I'm just finishing some drink, and I'll just have some chocolates. I've got plenty left over from New Year and Christmas. Chocolate coins, courtesy of the family, and some jelly babies. So anyway, we'll finish some of those, and then we'll go out and have a wee look at some of the stars, maybe get a wee fire on and watch the night sky. I was hoping we might get northern lights again, though I've got a partly obstructed view. I've got the old UCO candle back again tonight. It's 9-hour candles in them, so I bought a new pack of 3, and it definitely brings the temperature up. It's actually probably just above freezing above it. You can actually see there's just slight wee drips here and there. They're not dripping on me, but they're not freezing at the moment, and neither is the pole. So it's definitely just lifting the temperature. So that's the fire on. I've put it on a base of mud. I managed to scrape some mud from a molehill, so that should leave no trace once it's burnt out and won't affect the grass or the soil underneath. And I'm just going to go and get a wee warm up and a drink and take in some of the stars, which are fantastic. Yeah, I knew that heat. We're below zero now. So, Happy New Year everybody. First camp of 24, and not without its issues. But anyway, it's nice to be out and just chilling out for the night. My reason also for being here in the Loch Katrine area, which is below me, is because I'm going pack rafting tomorrow with a couple of mates, well, my brother and a friend. And I think the plan is to do Loch Achray and then take the river, join them, and end up in Loch Venacha. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't think I'll bother filming it. I know it's not really a core thing that a lot of you watch. I'll probably not bother. But looking forward to it tomorrow. It should be absolutely glassy calm, if not slightly iced over in places. But yeah, it'll be nice to get back out in the pack raft. First paddle of 24 as well. Last week was great. I had a great New Year. Hope you did yourselves. I was up in Perthshire and we stayed in a country house near the House of Brewer, which was a fantastic house, and there was about 15 of us, I think, including a couple of kids and a couple of dogs. I'll show you some clips on screen. But the house itself had great character, very old shooting lodge. But I think it was haunted. I'm not one for ghosts, but I definitely felt like I was being watched all the time. There was a lot of strange noises and a couple of strange goings on. And it wasn't just me. A couple of other people mentioned how they were slightly creeped out by the place. And somebody who was on their own for the day, who was working, could not work any longer in the bedroom for the noises and had to come down into the kitchen to try and make things a wee bit more comfortable for themselves. So it was quite a fascinating place, but loved it, and I think we'll go back next year. These places can be expensive, but when they're split between a lot of you, it's actually very good value. I had a great time, did a lot of walks in the snow, nothing too severe. Couldn't get a Munro in on the day we wanted to because it was clagged in, unfortunately. So I'm going to get a hot water bottle on, because it's going to be a cold one tonight and my feet are freezing. These 3-season boots are just not up to the job at this time of year in terms of keeping your feet warm. Anyway, this should sort it. I've got Jan's Rab 700 tonight, and I'm on the light tour mat, which is not quite as warm as an X-Therm, but better than an X-Lite. And I'm hoping that'll do me. I'd say it's probably about 2 or 3 degrees below zero at the moment. Not as extreme as my Ben Vraki camp just before Christmas, but nevertheless, pretty damn nippy. Right everybody, I'm off to bed. I'll get tucked up and get warmed up and maybe have a wee read of my book. It's far too cold to be out here now, the fire is dying. Yeah, that was a chilly one. Luckily the bag and the mat were up to the job. Right, let's get the porridge and the coffee on. Get warmed up. Does Loch Katrine have its own Loch Ness monster? What is that in the middle of the screen? It's pretty big. In fact, it's very big. So that's it, first wild camp of 2024 over and done with. Absolutely excellent, apart from the technical faults. But I'm going to head back now because I've got to meet the guys for pack rafting. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this wee micro adventure and some of the nice views this morning. And I'm going to head back and meet the guys, and I'll hopefully see you out there next week. If you've got any comments or feedback or any ideas for the channel for 24, drop them below because I'm looking for just new ideas to keep things fresh. And I'll see you out there soon. Cheers just now.